Chapter 4, Lesson 3. The question we are trying to answer is, how can you derive a formula for the area of a trapezoid? Key idea, area of a trapezoid. The area A of a trapezoid is 1/2 the product of its height and the sum of its bases, B1 and B2. So the algebraic expression is written in there also. If you would pause this, write the words and the algebraic expression for the area of a trapezoid, come back when you're done. Example 1, finding the areas of trapezoids. If you look in A, it says find the area of a trapezoid. So here's the formula that you always have to write down. Area equals 1/2 height times base 1 plus base 2. All right, let's take a look at that. We're going to fill in some numbers. 1/2 the height. We know the height is here because it has a squared corner. So it's 6. Here's base 1, or this could be base 1, it doesn't matter. In this case, they put this as base 1 and base 2. So we put the numbers in the parentheses. First thing you do is the parenthesis part in the formula. 5 plus 9 is 14. Now we can do 6 times 14. Once you have that number, you're going to do half of that, and that's 42. So the area of the trapezoid is 42 square feet. Let's look at B. Once again, they've written the formula. Then you do 1/2 the height, which is 5. Then base 1, 8.5 meters, plus base 2, 11.5 meters. Do this work first. You get 20. Then you have to do 1/2 5 times 20. Okay, 5 times 20 obviously is 100 because they did this first, and then they took half of that. It makes a difference to follow your PEMDAS. If you don't follow the PEMDAS, doing your parentheses first, then your multiplication, then you're going to get a wrong answer. Okay, if you don't do it. At this point, I want you to do the on your own numbers 1 and 2. Come back when you've completed it. All right, finding the area of a trapezoid on a grid, basically the same thing. You're going to count the grid lines to find the dimensions. The height is 6 units. Now notice when they did height isn't always from here to here. The height in this case is this diagonal right here. So the height of it is going up this way. The two bases, because remember, in a trapezoid, the two bases are different sizes. So this and this cannot be a base. This and this, because they're two sizes, are your bases. So if you need to flip it, your paper, to make it make more sense, go right ahead. But if those are your bases, then your height must go up here for that squared off corner. So your height is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Base 1 is 1. Base 2 is 1, 2. So once again, they wrote the formula. They inserted the numbers. They did parentheses first. Then they did multiplication next, which 6 times 3 is 18. And then 1/2 of 18 is 9. So the area of the trapezoid is 9 units squared. Sounds simple enough. What you do have to remember with the trapezoid is the definition of a trapezoid, that where your bases are, and the bases have to be different sizes. All right, example 3. You can use a trapezoid to approximate the shape of Scott County, Virginia. The population is about 23,200. about how many people are there per square mile. Well, let's take a look. Once again, they have written out the formula. They have identified the approximate trapezoid. So we insert base 1, 15 miles. Base 2, 38 miles. Height, 20 miles. Once you figure out 15 plus 38, which is 53, then you do 20 times 53 and take half of that, which is 530. Now we're not done, okay? What you have figured out is the area of that trapezoid, or the area of Scott County. Now you have to divide the population by the area to find the number of people per square mile. Because if I was to write 530 per square mile, that doesn't make sense. And we do have something about population, and the question has people in it. So what they did was take 23,200 people, divide it by 530 miles squared, and come up with an answer. And if you do it on your calculator, you'll come close enough where we'd say approximately 44 people per square mile. So you have to think about how many different steps you need to take to answer the real question. Do numbers 3 and 4 in the on your own and come back when you are done. Thanks for coming back, but there's nothing else that needs to be done. I'll see you tomorrow in class.